Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and welcome back to another video for Titanfall 2. Now the last time I had a chance to make a video for this game was back during E3 when myself and 269 both went hands-on with the game and we brought you our hands-on impressions. But today at Gamescom I went hands-on again with the tech test build, the build that you guys will be playing this weekend and next weekend as well. And I was actually able to record some gameplay, so what you're seeing in the background is from the tech test build. Now for those of you guys that might have missed the announcement, this weekend, from the 19th to the 21st, that's Friday to Sunday, is the first tech test for Titanfall 2. This will be available to players on PS4 and Xbox One. Sadly not for PC, but PS4 and Xbox One. If you guys want more details, then I'll leave a link to the tech test website in the description box down below. I'm also going to try and get some codes for you guys, so if I do any giveaways, make sure you keep it locked to Twitter. But there will also be a second tech test the following weekend on the 26th through to the 28th. Anyway, that aside, that's what I played today. So I thought, ahead of the test this weekend, ahead of you guys having a chance to go hands-on, I thought we'd take a look at some of the weapons, some of the loadouts that you'll have a chance to use when you're playing as a pilot. Of course, when you play Titanfall 2, there are two core components. There's the pilot and there are the Titans. There are two Titans you can use in the tech test, and we'll most likely speak about those in a separate video. But for the time being, let's focus on the pilot. So if you do enjoy this video, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below and let me know what you think, and also let me know if you guys are going to be playing this weekend. So, first things first, it's worth noting that while in the full game of Titanfall, you will be able to make your own custom loadouts. During the tech test, you have 4 to choose from. However, the first and the fourth one are largely similar, with the only real difference being one of the abilities. The actual weapon choice or the weapon loadout is the same, so for the purposes of this, let's speak about the top 3. Front Rifleman, Closer, and Ghost Marksman. The Front Rifleman comes with the R201 Assault Rifle and the Charge Rifle as your anti-Titan weapon. Now the R201 Assault Rifle is a really good weapon if you are new to Titanfall. It's good at close to medium ranges, it fires full auto, and it's a relatively stable weapon, it's really reliable. So generally speaking, if you're picking up Titanfall 2 for the first time, then this is a great place to start. But conversely, if you're a veteran player and you want to have something that is ultra reliable at, say, a multitude of different distances, then you can't go wrong with this weapon. And of course, on the flip side, you have your Charge Rifle, which admittedly can be used to take out pilots, but your primary reason for using this weapon will be to take down Titans. It takes a little while to charge, hence the name, but it is pretty powerful, and of course if you shoot the Titans in the weak spots, then you can deal some serious damage. On top of that, you also have the grapple ability with this loadout, which is of course a new thing for Titanfall 2. Really cool. You attach a grapple to various different parts of a building and you pull yourself in. Now do bear in mind, much like a lot of things in Titanfall, whether that's wall running, whether that's jumping, this also takes your momentum into account. So if you just grapple from a standing still position, then you'll repel yourself in at a relatively slow pace. You're not really going to be using it to zip out the way super fast, but if you do use your grapple whilst, say, running or whilst wall running, and of course you jump during the process, then you can make it much smoother, much swifter, and of course ultimately get to your destination much faster. So do bear that in mind, don't just go sort of like stand still and try and grapple, because of course you won't get the same effect out of it. And as for your grenade, you just have a standard frag grenade, so throw it, it explodes, job done. Then if we move over to the next loadout, you have the Closer loadout. Now, the name is a bit of a giveaway. This is of course designed for close combat encounters. You have the CAR, which is effectively a submachine gun. It's very stable if you fire from the hip. It's of course really good at close range, not that great at medium ranges, and of course pretty useless at long ranges. So generally speaking, this is for those tight maps where maybe you're running through building interiors, maybe you are going to be running around corners expecting to, you know, come face to face with an enemy. And generally speaking, if you do come up against someone and you're surprised, then just fire from the hip and this gun will see you through. And on the flip side, you have the MGL, which is your anti-Titan weapon. That's basically a grenade launcher. You guys will probably be familiar with this if you played Titanfall 1. But it fires a couple of grenades in succession, and of course you then need to reload and place your shots afterwards. They do arc, so you do need to kind of take that into account. Don't just fire straight forward, because you will more than likely find they fall short. And this weapon, while per single shot isn't necessarily as powerful as the Charge Rifle, when you do stack these explosions, and of course you do have splash damage as well, it can be really devastating, and it's also pretty good for locking down areas. And as for your ability, you have Pulse Blade, which is basically a knife that you throw that has what I'm effectively going to call a UAV, or X-ray vision. You throw it on a wall, it pulses for a little bit, kind of like Hanzo's arrow in Overwatch, and of course you can then see through the wall and work out if the enemy's coming. So especially if there's a corridor where you know the enemy typically passes by, or you want to throw it near their spawn, then you can kind of work out where they're moving. And on top of that, the grenade for this class is the arc grenade, so of course that is just a shot grenade instead of the conventional frag grenade. And then finally, moving over to the Ghost Marksman. This is, of course, your sniper class. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a sniper rifle. It's very good at long ranges. Truth be told, this is a very, very powerful sniper rifle. It would also be good close ranges, but of course, if you are going to use it close range, you do need to bear in mind it's got a pretty high zooms. So if you're someone that is used to close range sniping, then fair enough. But generally speaking, this is, of course, used for long range engagements. So the Kraber is a very, very powerful rifle. You can one-shot pretty much all your opponents, even if you shoot them in the leg. So it's safe to say that in the right hands, this is a very dangerous weapon and something that you don't want to be picked off with. As for your anti-tank weapon, you have the Thunderbolt, which is really, really powerful, but it does travel very slowly. The shots from this, they fire out these kind of electric balls that travel quite slowly through the sky, so travel time is definitely something you need to account for. When you bear in mind how fast Titans can move, you definitely want to try and sort of lead your shots, work out where they're going to be, and try and fire accordingly, because of course if you do try and fire based on where they currently are, then generally speaking you're going to miss a lot of the time. But if you can hit with this thing, it does deal a lot of damage. And as for your abilities, you have the Holo Pilot, which is basically a decoy. If you press the button while standing still, then your hologram will similarly stand still. But if you input a direction whilst pressing the button, then it will mirror said thing. So for example, if you know that someone is watching your location, you could then drop your decoy, let it run out, see that someone shoots at it, and of course you can then either use that to lure them out, work out where they are, or just alternatively know that it's not safe and then go somewhere else. And as for your grenade, you have the electric smoke grenade, and if you get caught in this, then it slows you down pretty drastically. So if you're trying to turn around in the middle of a gunfight, then it's going to heavily slow you down, and of course that will give the enemy a chance to get the drop on you. And that's pretty much it. Those are the 3 core loadouts. As I said, the other one has the same weapon loadouts as the first one, just a couple of different abilities. But that is a quick overview of the weapons you'll be able to use during the tech test this weekend. So, if you guys did enjoy that video, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And of course, if you are playing, then also let me know what weapons you like using. But thank you for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.